Today I'm here to talk about audio and how do I get it from my DSLR or projects in general. You know, as I said, I come from more than a photography background, I come from a videography background as well. And this is kind of just an answer to an email, a couple email questions that I got on how do I get such great audio for my videos. Well, I'm here to show you. It's as easy as just a couple steps, and stay tuned at the end for actually showing you how to do it. Here we go. Audio is one of the things that's going to separate you, and it's going to look like you have great quality compared to a lot of people out there. A lot of people out there, and I'll make a comparison, will use your camera's mic, which you're hearing now, instead of using an external device like a portable audio recorder. And that's what I have here. You know, as I said, I use the Tascam Dr05 and a Pearstone OLM10 lavalier mic. But once again, it's whatever works for you, whatever you want to spend money on. A lot of people will just use the external device. You won't have a connector, and that's fine. Use whatever works best for you. But my quick tip, my piece of advice is to never use the audio from the camera. Always get it off. You're going to get so much better quality. You're depending on, just like if you're using you know, an auto setting for photography, you're depending on the camera to decide what's best for you. You know what's best for you. You can manually control the levels, your peak levels, your gain, etc. You have full control. Now, once again, why would I use something like this when it'd be easier to do something like this? Full control, you need that. As I said, don't use it on there. So how does this work? Well, you start it off because, you know, the audio is not going to sync up with your camera. It doesn't do it automatically. That'd be so cool if it did, but it does not. So how do I do this? You know, I will hit record on my HDSLR, my D7000. I will hit record on this. Now, not at the same time because that's pretty tough to do, but it doesn't matter. The one thing you do, and you know, this is a lot of tips, and I'm gonna have to hold this here. One thing you do as soon as you know, both are recording, they both are picking up sound, you clap. You go, I usually say, hey, here's audio. Give it a second and boom. Now what you do in post, and this is what I'm gonna actually show you in a ScreenFlow, is you go into your camera clip settings, because it combines both, doesn't give you a separate thing if you're using ScreenFlow, etc. You find that loud pitch to where you first hear that first time you hear, you go to that, you delete the rest, leave that there, bring in your audio from your recorder, you bring that in, also find the first loud point. As soon as you hear a clap, you line both up, and I usually delete the audio from my D7000's camera because I don't need it. I use this, it's synced up, it looks perfect. And as I said, I'm gonna show you just in a second. But overall, this is how I do audio. I get it off camera because using on-camera sound is just terrible, like you've seen, like you've heard earlier and probably right now. So that's about it. Yeah, if you want to stay tuned, to stick around, and I'm pretty sure it'd be pretty educational just to see me do it hands-on. Plus, I could do it and be easier for editing later on. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Stay tuned. But if not, subscribe. So as I said, here is the hands-on task of how to actually sync the audio, instead of just, you know, telling you and hoping you know how to do it. I'm just using ScreenFlow right now. Typically, I'd use Final Cut Pro 7, etc. You know, Adobe Premiere. It doesn't matter. I use ScreenFlow. The only thing different is it only shows one audio track. Usually when you go into an editing program, it'll show your video clip along with two other clips. That's your stereo, your left and your right speaker. But within this program, I'm just showing you the basics of how to do it. It's very, very simple. I have loaded right now my D7000 clip. You know, this has my video and sound from the camera on it. And then I just have the MP3 audio clip from the audio recorder. So just basically a quick thing. You know, I trimmed it to where it's just going to say, you know, I say audio and then I give a clap and then you cut it to there as soon as you hear the clap, and then you do the same thing with the other thing, and you'll see how easily it lines up. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to try to make this so you can hear this. This is for audio. So what you heard me do was, you know, I stopped it and then I go frame by frame. I just tap over a little bit so that way I could see the levels. I could see, you know, you could see down here. I forgot my ScreenFlow. You can see down here or up here, I'm sorry. You can see up here the levels go up, and that's the first point of contact. Boom, and I know it's right there. So now I can go back to my other clip because I trimmed this one up just before the clap. I can go back to the MP3 clip, let that play. All right. This is for audio. And now as soon as I think it's right before it's going to hit it, I'm going to key to the right and wait for the big clap. And you heard it. That's the first point where it comes down. You cut it over, you drag it over, and now all you do is you just line it up. It's that simple. And now from here on, you're going to see it. Separate you, and it's going to look like you have great quality compared to a lot of people out there. Now, as I was saying, it looks kind of jumpy on here. It's because it's still rendering and processing, etc. But it's that easy. It's as simple as just going from as soon as the first time you see the levels move and you hear the first thing and clap. Hopefully that didn't overmodulate. Sorry. You got it. That's it. That's all that matters, and you are done. And then from there, just try to keep both together. If you move one slight little bit, you're going to throw it off. You're going to throw off the sync, and that's just a pain in the butt. But that's it. So Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Please subscribe. Have you guys heard about this before? Are you thinking about doing this? Have you ever thought about your audio like this? Let me know down below. Take it easy.